Hi everybody and welcome back to this INDESIGN class. In the last lesson we've talked about images, so how to place them here in INDESIGN and how to work with them. In today's lesson we're gonna see those vector graphics, and particularly we're gonna talk about the line tool, pen tool and pencil tool. But first of all, let's briefly recap what we've seen in the last video. So let's see how to place an image in InDesign. Let's go up here on File, Place. So here we are, we can choose which one we want and also how many we want, because we also saw how to open, so to place in InDesign more than one images. So for example, let's take these three, alright, and let's open. Okay, so as you see now, here I see that I have three pictures, so I also have the number on this image here. And with the arrow from the keyboard, I can also choose which one open first. So let's say I want to open first this one. I have different choices. So I can also click and drag as much as I want and open one, then the second, and then the third. These here are my three images, but I can also open them all together by doing this. So let's first click and drag as much as we want, and then with the arrows from my keyboard I can create a kind of a table, so some cells in which my pictures are gonna go. So of course as many as I want, but I mean now I just have three pictures. So for example I can also do something like this now. Alright. So here we are, I have my three images placed in order, so equidistant between each other, and also every picture is as big as the other ones. So it can be really useful, for example, when we have many pictures to open and we wanna place them kinda in order. So really cool. But we also saw how to place a picture, an image, inside of a creative shape. So let's create another page. So let's add a new one here from the Pages panel. Then we can find here on the right or on Window, Pages. Alright, so now we are on the new page and let's create a shape. So let's go here on the left. We have actually two tools. So here the rectangle frame tool, and if I right click on it I see that I have more shapes, or the one below where I have the same shapes. So let's go on ellipse tool and let's click and drag. And as I already told you, if we do this while pressing shift from the keyboard, we're gonna create a perfect circle. So right now let's create an ellipse. Alright, once again let's go up here on File and Place. Let's select the picture we want to open and open. So here we are, this is our image. So as we said in the last video, as soon as we are inside of the shape, we're gonna see these two breaks showing up close to the image icon. So outside of the shape I just have the icon, inside of it I have two breaks. So this means that I'm in the right spot and I can just click in it, and here we are. So now it's a bit zoomed in, so I can also zoom out, and yes, you can see it's really zoomed in. So let's reduce it. Remember, always pressing shift from the keyboard, otherwise it's not gonna be proportioned. So here we are, we have this beautiful flower inside of this shape. Alright, so I think we're ready to begin today's lesson. Alright, so let's talk about vector graphics. So first of all, let's see the biggest difference between raster graphics and vector graphics. Is that the raster graphics, like this, are based on pixel, which are these small teeny tiny squares we see here. So as you can see, this image is made of these squares of different colors. While instead, the vector graphics, which is for example a text, so let's write something. Alright, so if we now zoom in here, so you can see that we don't have any pixel here because the vector graphics are based on dots and lines. So we don't see the little squares that we just saw here, so in the image that we opened before. So this is a big difference between raster graphics and vector graphics. Let's now see some tools about the vector graphics. So let's delete the text frame with the text. Alright, so we can also delete this picture here. Perfect. Alright, so as we said before, today we're going to talk about the line tool, pen tool, and pencil tool. So let's see the first one. So the line tool. So with this tool, as the name itself is saying, we can create lines. So vertical lines, horizontal lines, so lines in every direction, but just lines. And with the help of Shift from the keyboard, we can create perfectly straight lines. So vertically, horizontally, or even at certain angles. So as we want. So let's see now what we can do with the pen tool. We can also move this. Alright. So with the pen tool, we can create both. So a simple path like this, so an open path, or also a closed one. And of course we can create any shape we want. So for example, something like this. Or also we can create curved lines. How we do that? By click and drag. So in order to get straight lines, as we did here, we just have to click in the document. For curved lines, we have to click and then drag. So this way we can really create any curve we want. So something like this, alright. And as you can see, if you want to close this path, we have to go back to the first point. And as soon as we are on it, you see here on my pointer, I have a little circle close to the pen icon. You see now I just have the pen, and if I go here, I also have the circle. So I know that this way I'm gonna definitely close this path because I am on the right point, on the right spot. Alright, so it's really simple. Of course, you need some practice, so don't forget to practice at home to get more familiar with this tool. Let's see now the pencil tool. So let's add a new page here on the Pages panel. Alright, so how does it work? With the pencil tool, we have to click the first time, and then we draw whatever we want, so also something like this, and then as soon as we are finished, we release. And here we are. So let's say that with the pencil tool we can create maybe even more creative shapes, and also this tool here of course needs some practice. Alright, so let's see how we can work with those. So first of all, of course, we can color them. So for example, let's take this one, and here we are. So first of all, we can fill the shape. We can use a color that we see right here, or also new color swatch. So by moving this arrow here, we can create any color shape that we like. And so for example, something like this. Alright. So here we are. And of course, don't you worry, because we will talk about this in next videos. I will walk you through it, so let's not focus on it right now. And then we can also decide the color strokes, so of this line here, the outline of the shape. And for example, a blue. And we can also make it thicker. Alright, so something like this, for example. And same thing we can also do with this other path here. So for example, with this line, so we can decide a color for it, of course, and so on for every path or shape we just created. Okay, let's now open two panels we're gonna work with. So we can find them up here on Window. The first one is here, Object and Layout, Pathfinder, and the other one is Stroke. So we can also drag it out. Let's close this one. Alright. Let's see this first panel here, Stroke. Let's maybe take it here, perfect. So with this panel, we can modify a bit this line we have here. So first of all, we can make it thicker, as you also could do it from the bar control. We can also decide which type of line we want. So for example, a dotted line or a waiver line. And as you can see, they are a lot like this. We can increase the thickness of the this dot. Perfect. And we can also decide how it's gonna start or end. For example, we can create an arrow like this, and it can end with a square solid, for example like this. But as you can see here from these menus, we can create a lot of combinations. So to do something really creative, and of course depending on what we are working on, so what we need this for. Let's see now this other panel, Pathfinder. So we can also put it here. So we always have it here closer. And alright, so let's work with this other panel right now. So first of all, here we have some tools for the path. So we can join path or open or close path. As we see here, this one is not a closed one. So we can select it and then go here on close path. And as you can see now, INDESIGN added a line that connected the start and the end of it. So now it's a closed one. Then again, with this shape here, we could also convert it. So rectangle or a polygon, a line or a triangle, and so on. So all the shapes that we see right here. And then we can work with two shapes, for example, with these tools here. So let's take this one and maybe we can color this here. So let's go here, pink, maybe 50% of intensity. All right. All right, so for example, now we can put them closer. So let's select them and let's see some tools we have here. Okay, so with this first one, we're gonna merge these two shapes in one. So this now is just one shape. Let's do Ctrl Z, all right, so we can see also other ones. So with this other here, we basically use the rectangle shape to cut this other one here. Then with the third one, we just got the part which was in between of them. And the next one, we're gonna get kind of the opposite results. So we're gonna get every part of these shapes except the area in common. And last one, we have this. I'm just gonna subtract the shape was behind. We got this because it was the shape that it was in front. Alright, so last but not least, let's see here the last point of it. So convert point. So let's select the direct selection tool. And let's, for example, select a dot. So here we can convert the edges. So now we have a curve and here it is. So with this tool here, we are basically converting the point, as you can see now. So for example, now we just transform this into a straight line. And of course, if we click again, we can again have a curve. So of course, it's completely up to us, depending of course of what we need. So curves or straight lines, whatever we want. All right. So also for this lesson, it's all. I hope you enjoyed it and don't forget to practice at home. So especially with this tool in order to get more familiar with those. In the next lesson, we're gonna talk about text and images. So how we can work with them together and the interaction between the two of them. So stay tuned and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye bye everybody.